Hey, Eric.
Hey, man.
I have a Season 5 update for you, Eric. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded, so we've run to completion several polls, so we do have a winner. Would you like to hear what it is?
Tell me what this Polish winner is.
Would you like to have a live reaction to it, even though you already know the results to it? Well, first of all, we had our semifinal match between Final Fantasy XII and Skies of Arcadia, 2 airship games. Surprisingly, Skies of Arcadia won handily, 53% to 47%.
People demand Skies of Arcadia.
Whenever we have a season where it's like, let's bring back all the runner-ups or losers or whatnot, Skies of Arcadia, I think, is going to be there. There's a lot of sentiment for that.
I purposely didn't tell anyone what I wanted to win this time because I don't want to influence the decision, but it was Skies of Arcadia. Once I learned that, like, development-wise, as far as the team went, it was the most people who made Panzer Dragoon Saga making another RPG. I was like, okay, I need to see what this is.
Skies of Arcadia moved on to the final round where it took on the winner of the first round, Xenosaga, but...
Can I make a correction here? Because I'm almost up to the point of demanding a recount. When you say Xenosaga, I'm going to need you to pronounce its full Christian name.
I'm sorry. Its full government name?
Yeah.
Yes. Episode 1...
Do the German.
Der Will Zermacht.
Okay, good, great.
Close enough.
Yeah, we'll have the German fake net. Fuck with that.
Yeah,
for you. Thank you.
I'll...
Fake Nets initialisieren. Xenosaga Episode I, Der Wille zur Macht.
I'll get it right by the time we actually podcast about it. It did indeed win. Finally, we will achieve the dark, cruel destiny of God to do the spiritual whatever to our first game, Xenogears, and we will be covering Xenosaga.
The inevitable fate. And you don't think there's enough to demand a recount here for people who voted thinking that maybe we were doing all 3 sagas of the Xeno variety?
I don't think so.
I think it was understood there was episode 1. Okay, next question. Why didn't I get a vote this season? 55%
to 45% was the final, 10% victor. Why didn't you get a vote? Because you're not a patron, Eric. Sorry. So congratulations, Xenosaga Season 5. We'll be doing that. It'll be fun, I think.
The PS2 I gave you 3 years ago will finally see some use. Yes, you can play that and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yes, I've still got the power cord down here that I was using for the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
And I can plug in down here and plug it right into the Retro Tink, and we'll see how it works out. It'll be fun. You want to hear some hot sounds I've recorded?
Yeah, man.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese role-playing games, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. My name is Chris. I'm joined, as always, by Eric. Hello, Eric. Hi, Eric.
Eric Podcast host.
Eric Podcast. Eric Podcast, your new name. We're also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join the RealNet at patreon.com/retroam and listen to us record live.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, who lives in the bad future from Sonic CD.
Initializing Fake Net.
Bathe me in techno filth, wash me in devastating pollution, and let me chill with Metal Sonic.
Wow, the bad future. I didn't know Sonic CD had time travel.
Every single level has 3 variations, Chris. Past, present, good future, and bad future. That's actually 4.
I'm sure that kept you entertained when you were 12.
Didn't get a Sega CD till 14, obviously,
14, sorry.
when it was being clearanced.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, cool. Well, hello, FakeNet.
Hello, Chris.
And hello, Sonic CD, I guess.
And Metal Sonic.
Yes. Goodbye, Neclord, because Neclord is fucking dead.
Fuck him.
We've killed Neclord. We pissed on Neclord. All that good stuff that Victor wanted to do to Neclord's already dead body after he destroyed himself into a million shards
Is that
of
our
light.
first piss count? For like talking about someone pissing on someone else in a Retrograde Amnesia covered game?
Like actual literal physical piss?
Human to human piss.
Not just strong as piss.
No, like actual literal piss out of a dick into a person.
I mean, it doesn't have to just be a dick.
You're right, but in this case.
As far as I remember, yeah. I mean, I guess.
All right, I just want to keep, like, as we keep track of diarrhea man, I also want to keep track of, like, want to piss guy.
All right. Want to piss guy. Got it. All right, so at the end of that scenario, several characters,
8
characters joined our party, or officially actually, without any sort of sound. But I'm going to play the sound anyway, just because I want to hear the sound right now. So there's the sound.
Play it at times.
No, okay.
Like hit it really fast.
So which one you want to do first? You remember any of them?
We've got Hauser, Sierra, Jess, Gijimu, Lowen, Koyu, Marlo, and Khan. Let's do the one that starts with an F.
Who's that?
It's none of them. You pick.
Oh. First is Hauser. Hauser is the Tenyu star of the Star of Heroic Ferocity.
Can I make an adjustment real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Play that S-Star music from Final Fantasy VIII while we do this.
Why?
Because it's a cool song.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Wait, no, fuck it. Play some of the piano tracks we haven't played it off from Suikoden.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great too. Mm-hmm. Hauser is the Tenyu star, the Heroic Star of Ferocity. The Star of Heroic Ferocity, I guess.
Heroic Ferocity?
Heroic Ferocity.
All right.
You gotta have them both. I didn't even realize this, but Hauser is a character you can just put in your goddamn party. I thought he was like a general-only character who would only work in the war battles, but he's a character that can go in your party. He uses the sword.
Chris has never used Hauser, confirmed.
Yeah, it's true. His weapon is the sword, the long sword, or the steel sword. Steel sword.
Just giving up here.
Very boring.
Hauser is kind of boring,
yes,
so that fits.
Extremely. He has no unite attacks, so that fits as well.
Right?
No
friends.
In war battles, he's an infantry unit with 9 attack and 7 defense. He does command his own unit. That is a cavalry ability. His wounded quote is blank. His death quote is blank. Like nothing.
They just give up?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes this wiki's wrong, but I'm going with it, okay? Investigations. I'm just kidding. Hauser, age 43, from General. That's what it says.
From General.
That's what it says.
Okay,
here.
awesome.
Note, former commander of Muse City Army. Secret number 2. General Hauser was the best military commander in the city-state of Joustin. He's good, believe me. Secret number 3. Anabelle was the civic leader of Muse, while Hauser handled its military affairs. They were each excellent at their jobs, and that's why Muse thrived. Secret number 4. Never seen anyone more devoted to his job. Tough son of a bitch, never even cracks a smile.
I said tough son of a bitch in Suikoden?
All one word, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Nice,
yeah.
Good.
Sure. Suggestion box. I'm going to take a guess here.
Nothing.
Right.
Needs nothing.
Cook-off introduction. When I clicked this, my first thought was, I hope this isn't racist.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Uh-huh.
Lord Hauser is the core of the Muse army, but who knew he was such a fan of Chinese food? It's Hauser!
That's probably fine.
Thanks, Suikoden, for not being racist. That's it. That's all I've got for Hauser. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with Sierra. Sierra is the Tene star, the heroic star. Her weapon, Eric? Claws.
Yes.
You know, like fingers?
Wolverine.
Finger claws. Called the moon, the half moon, or the full moon. Just works its way on up there, right? She comes pre-equipped with the darkness rune, and her unite attacks, she can participate in the previously aforementioned, a little bit redundant there, servant attack, where she turns Bolgan and somebody else, who was it? Bolgan.
Whoever has a weak mind that can be...
Bolgan and Bob into zombies.
Okay.
And then they attack for her. So, sure, great. Let's try that out sometime. Richmond Investigations, named Sierra, age unknown, from Blue Moon Village. Note, inheritor of the Moon Rune. Secret number 2, with the power of the Moon Rune, the Vampirus, Sierra was able to become founder of an entire coven of lesser vampires. Secret number 3, although vampires live much longer than humans, even they die sometime. All of them except for the coven mistress, that is.
Is this the only vampire lore that we're granted through Suikoden?
Other than what we have...
Proper?
Yeah, I think so. Other than what we have ascertained from the existence of Neclord, that's pretty much it.
The visual novel spends a lot of time in her village that she founded, but it still isn't really too clear on the rules of vampirism.
Interesting. Secret number 4, sounds like she's gotten a patreon.com/retroam, right?
Yes, that'll be 1 or 2 episodes per visual novel.
Secret number 4, sounds like she's got no plans to go back to her village right away. There's no one left alive there anyway, only the undead. Suggestion box, strange mortals. I do not fully understand you mortals, but I enjoy that wine your friend Victor sometimes brings to me when he's lonely.
So Victor,
yeah,
multiple wine dates.
Yes. Cool, I guess. Cook-off introduction. A cute young girl on the outside, an ancient old crone on the inside. This vampire likes to eat her veggies. It's Sierra.
Crone's not a compliment. Do you think Victor, since he hangs out at the bar, is just doing that thing where he's like really into his cups and then just starts like looking around the bar for targets like the Terminator, and then he just is like, well, Sierra's fine. It's probably fine.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And like the wine move is like a high success rate for him.
Yeah.
But she's too into claws.
Yeah, it's true.
We drain claws.
Did you know that if you happen to be wandering around your castle and you go into the cemetery, sometimes Sierra will be hanging as a bat, as that like white cat bat that she turns into from one of the trees in the cemetery.
That's the shit that I love about this game.
Yes,
Give
absolutely.
me a castle full of random things that are contextually sensitive and or totally random.
Yes, it's really great. And that's all I have for Sierra.
Like, can you imagine if in Xenogears Hammer was just doing like backflips and gymnast shit off of like the bunk beds or something?
Xenogears did a really good job of varying the dialogue a lot.
Yeah,
contextual to what was going on in the story, especially with like Choo Choo. This game just really does it. Really goes for it. Jess is the next character, is the Tinko star, the empty star. So that seems appropriate.
God is empty.
Yes.
Just like me.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Billy. Jess is a military support character with 2 attack and 0 defense. He will add the evade capability to your war battle unit. His wounded quote is blank, his death quote is blank, his evade quote. He has an evade quote. Whenever he uses evade, it says, I see their plan. Everyone adjust your attack. And so then you like dodge their attack or whatever.
In the inevitable Suikoden 2 character tournament, can Jess be like the lowest seed possible and then just get murked instantly by anyone?
Well, I mean, it's possible, but I think we do random seeding for Suikoden because there's so many. So
I know we do random, and you see me winking here,
yeah.
But perhaps someone could randomly be in the worst possible position.
Okay. Jess versus Victor it is. Secret number 1, Jess, age 24 from Muse City. Note, vice mayor of Muse City. Secret number 2, looks like Jess was pretty deeply in love with Anabelle. But as her Chamberlain, he hid his true feelings.
That kind of explains the hatred toward Victor, right? Same thing with Flik and...
Yeah, Jess seems to hate everybody, though, but he does also, yeah, you're right. Secret number 3, all he eats for breakfast is a single croissant. He's a real weirdo, that one.
Fuck that.
That's real weird. Like...
What's weirder, one croissant or no breakfast whatsoever?
One croissant, I think.
Yeah.
Secret number 4, he's not good with bugs. The other day, he walked under a tree and a bug dropped on him. I swear he screamed like a baby who just lost his bottle.
Yeah, it's me.
Mm-hmm. You don't, not a big bug guy?
I hate when I'm sitting on a couch and you can feel something crawling up your neck and you're like, surely it's like a loose hair that fell off my wife's head, and you grab it and it's fucking exoskeleton that you're crunching, fucking stink bug shit, spider.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night and think a spider's crawling across your chest?
No, that doesn't happen to me frequently. Do you have that? Do you get that?
Not often, but it's happens to
I
me.
could not sense a bug on crawling, unless it's like a tarantula or something from Home Alone. But like a small little spider, no way.
I think most of the time it's just a nightmare, though. Cook-off introduction. Jess is a true son of Muse City. He loves to eat fish. It's Jess!
Isn't Muse landlocked?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they getting fish? They don't have refrigerators.
They have lake. They have salt. They have
salt and they have lake. That's the criteria.
Salt. Yes, I don't know.
They have lake.
All right. Gijimu is the next one. He's the strong star, right? Mm-hmm. In combat, he has double axes. The double axe, the double battle axe, the double great axe. Just like our friend Fusulu.
Isn't that like a wrestling move, double axe handle?
Double axe handle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dragon Ball Z move too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing, really.
Interesting thing about him, though, is he comes pre-equipped with a double beat rune that you can remove from him because you're not going to use him. You're going to give it to somebody good, right?
Right.
Right.
All right. United attacks, he can participate in the bandit attack with his bandit friends. Siblings, I guess.
Thieves.
In war battle, he's a support unit that provides 1 attack with the melee skill, which greatly increases the hit percentage against archer and magic units. He's actually pretty good in war battles. His wounded quote is, Gimiju of a lamp dragon won't die like this. And his death quote is, watch and see how a brave man dies.
I'm going to say that next time I'm in a race and someone passes me. I'm just going to look over and say, hey, watch and see how a brave man dies.
Yeah. You should just scream it.
What does that mean? Does that mean I die or they die? Who knows?
Yeah.
They'll have to fucking figure it out
Who's
themselves.
brave?
Yeah.
Secret number 1, age 39, from Tinto. Secret number 2, this melee command of his increases his unit's attack power versus archers and magic units. I wish I didn't just read that. Secret number 3, this guy is a natural-born bandit. He mostly went after money-hungry traders, though. Okay. He's a Robin Hood kind of guy.
Traders a substitute for bankers? What are we? Or like merchants?
Yeah.
People who work at the trading post exclusively are the traders?
Yeah. Cook-off introduction. This mountain man is used to hunting for his food. The oldest of the 3 Mount Lamp Dragon bandits, it's Gamiju! Oh my god, there's so many left. Okay.
So, we're not only done with we're halfway done with these, but we're almost done with this shit entirely.
Yeah. We almost have all the stars. Okay, next is Lo Wen. Lo Wen is the peculiar star.
Huh.
Is
that English or?
Peculiar?
Usually it is a word that is not English.
Oh, the chi star. Sorry.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah. Combat. Her weapon is the darts. The star, the falling star, the shooting star. All these are shit. All the ones we've done tonight, not good weapon names.
Would you rather take a whip to the back or a dart to the cheek?
A dart to the cheek, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. Less skin up there to hurt.
Yeah, but facially disfigured.
No, just like one. I got my cheek pierced.
Yeah, that is fashionable.
Yeah. She can, of course, participate in the Unite attack, the bandit attack. In war battles, she can, provide attacks, whatever. Yeah. She's got melee also. Wounded quote, none. Death quote, none. Investigation, secret number 1, age 28. She's from Two River. Secret number 2, she was embezzling money from one of the members of the 3 Houses of Parliament in Two River. She was found out and had to leave town in a hurry.
Fitcher probably did it, actually.
Yeah. Secret number 3, she can be pretty tough on guys she likes. Secret number 4, her dream is to open up a little diner someday. If you ask me, it's hard to imagine. Suggestion box. Please. I'm leaving Koyu up to you. He's not smart, but he's lovable just the same.
That's kind of funny. Like, I'm done with this dude.
Yeah, I'm done with my little brother. Cook-off introduction. She's a wild woman who can hold her own against her 2 brothers. Her favorite food is Chinese. It's Lo Wen!
A lot of Chinese food aficionados here.
Koyu. It's Koyu, Eric. He's the Jisoku star of the Star of Haste. In combat, he's got axes. The one-handed axe, the one-handed battle axe, and the one-handed great axe. Wonderful. It's great. Unite attacks, bandit attack, of course. He can participate in war battles as well. He has the repair self ability. His wounded quote and death quote are blank. Investigation, secret number 1, age 16 from Tinto. Secret number 2, when he's with Gamiju and Lo Wen, he can use the bandit's attack. Secret number 3, he's good friends with Marlowe. They each have exactly what the other person wants. Books and speed.
Real world experience and a sense of adventure, maybe.
Literacy and muscles.
There you go.
Secret number 4, his brother-in-law, Gamiju, and Lo Wen are his only relatives. It's the times we live in.
How's Gamiju brother-in-law? Where's the marriage? Whose sister? Is Lo Wen?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I have no idea. Unless Gamiju and Lo Wen are not siblings.
I don't know.
Suggestion box. Needs exercise. That Marlowe guy is always reading books. I think I'll drag him to the dojo for some exercise. Cook-off introduction. The youngest of the 3 Mount Lamp Dragon bandits. Is he a meat lover too? It's Koyu. Marlowe is the Chiyo star, the magic star. What do you think this guy's role in the headquarters is?
Marlowe?
Yeah.
Hanging out in the graveyard, shooting anything that rises up?
No, not Con Marley. Marlowe, the bookish guy.
Oh, Marlowe. Hanging out in the graveyard, shooting anything that rises.
The wiki says Marlowe's function is unclear at this time. At this time.
I would assume that he's hanging out with Amelia in the library. Right?
I didn't see him there when I went there, so I couldn't
Who
find
is it that just doesn't appear at all? Maybe he's with them.
I think it's Bedeau.
But okay, yeah.
The Beastmaster. More on that later, I guess. Secret number 1, age 19 from Crom.
What if they just executed him on accident, like he fell off a cliff, and they're like, "Look, Luke, just fucking put him on there. We got him. Just come on, fill out that tablet."
Yeah. Secret number 2, the mayor of Tinto summoned him to tutor his daughter, but he was so impressed by you that he left to come here. Secret number 3, he really wants to finish your chronicles. I think he'll be with us for a while, though, by his progress.
Chronicler.
So I think he's maybe our biographer.
Yeah.
Maybe. That would be cool if you could check the progress of the book he's writing, but I...
It's like a last time on Suikoden thing.
Yeah.
A little late in the game for a catch up like that, but...
Suggestion box, Chronicles. Lord Riou, I'm working on the chronicle of your rise to fame. Please wait a little longer. Title of Chronicles. The title of your chronicles will be Riou, the Path of the Warrior. What do you think? It's not so good.
I don't think I'm a warrior.
Cook-off introduction. To call this guy a bookworm would be a disservice to worms. But seriously, he's a fish lover and a scholar. It's Marlowe!
He is pretty wormy. Not in a conniving worm tongue way, but just like worm, like slick.
Mm-hmm.
Always wet for some reason. Wet nose.
Always got the sniffles.
Always the sniffles. Always has a back pocket full of gummy worms.
Last one for now. Con Marley, the one that you were just thinking of, is the Chihei star, the smooth star. All vampire
Smooth
hunters
it
are
out.
smooth.
Shave it down.
His weapon is a sword. Special sword. And this guy's got pretty good sword names. You ready? The Shadow Christ, the Shadow Bane, or the Shadow Slayer. I think I like Shadow Christ the best.
Shadow Christ is excellent, yeah.
Preloaded with the Resurrection Rune, which we've talked about before. No Unite attacks for him. Investigation number 1. Age 32 from Crystal Valley. Note, Vampire Hunter. Secret number 2. The Marley family has been hunting vampires for the past 300 years. It looks like Neclord has been their arch nemesis since way back.
A family of failures.
Secret number 3, his family has been studying how to kill vampires for 300 years, but it looks like none of that'll work on Neclord. Secret number 4, once his job as a vampire hunter is finished, he says he wants to become a mineralogist. How weird.
Boring.
Mineralogist. Sir Khan is a vampire hunter. He may look mysterious, but his tastes are quite ordinary. It's Khan!
Well, shit, Chris, that was a lot of fun. Now that I have control and Outskirts of Tinto plays, let's talk to some NPCs and see what's changed in Tinto since we killed Neclord.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on here. Is it turned into a tourist attraction?
No, not yet.
Oh, damn.
You're thinking of Final Fantasy X-2 in the Calmlands.
Damn. Good.
A guy at the end knows we got help from outsiders, and he says that must be the pits to have to rely on help from others.
Yeah.
Gustav gives me the Mother Earth rune as proof of our friendship.
Friendship?
Miner outside the filthy zombies, he says they've gone away. No more zombies. Another miner says if that young kid from Muse hadn't done something strange, they would have won.
Young kid from Muse.
What?
Jess?
Jess.
Done something strange?
He recruited your children to fight in his army?
And didn't get them killed in a failed gambit? I don't know.
Something strange on the strange guys.
Jess has told the miners something that isn't exactly true in order to preserve his ego. That's what I think is going on here.
Yeah.
So I leave there and I go to Crom, and a man in the back of his central house gives me a sunbeam room as proof of our friendship. And I think this is like the leader of Crom, since there is no Crom leader.
No Crom leader?
A Cromman.
Yeah, the sunbeam crystal, I think, will give you, let you heal outside of battle, like, regenerate as you're walking.
Oh, so it's solar powered.
Yeah.
I get it. Now, optionally, if you're Chris and if you're not me, because Chris hasn't talked in a while, you can go to the Tinto mine.
Yeah,
I skipped over. Monster.
I was hoping not to talk for a while, but I've got to talk now because I got to get this goddamn Kraken.
This is a unique Chris event.
Yeah, I went into the Tinto mines and I happened across a small lake. Suddenly, the hearing crystal begins to shine. I thought it was called the listening crystal before.
Yeah.
Here it said the hearing crystal, so whatever. A goddamn Kraken blobbity blobs up to the surface. His name is Abysboa.
What kind of Kraken are we talking about here? Large octopus?
Yeah, think like
Lovecraftian beast?
Think more like a large octopus, kind of like Octorok from Zelda adjacent a little bit. Got like the snout that shoots the rocks out.
Oh, like a real octopus, right?
I guess. Real octopuses shoot rocks?
I don't know. Fake net?
Initializing fake net. No, it shoots ink. You fucking moron.
I don't think fake net's will be happy with that question.
Good guess. I can't believe this shit.
He says, and I quote, Griffra.
Well, no, it's got like you have to be bubbly, like you're speaking through water and bubbles are coming out.
Oh, well, I don't want to get.
Can you gargle while talking?
I can try. You want
to
try?
Yeah, try that. That's great. You're like surrounded by electronic equipment with his.
That's what he says.
That was great. Perfect. No notes.
I choose to use the crystal, and the Kraken groans once again. Now, I thought the listening crystal was supposed to let me like hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
But Abysboa joins the group, and then he blinks away. The end. That's it.
No more dialogue from Abysbo?
Abysboa does not talk anymore whatsoever. But he is, of course, the Tenman star, the Star of Abundance, or the Tentai star, the retreating star, depending on the order you recruited the beasts. He's a large Kraken. In combat, he, just hits people with his Kraken arms.
Yes.
He's got
tentacles, please.
He's got a permanently attached blue drop rune to his head, which does 150% damage to one enemy. The user becomes unbalanced. And some other, stuff like that. Investigation. Secret number 1, Abysboa, age 76. From mining cavern in Tinto City. Position, Navy. I don't think that the Fake Nuts army has a Navy, but it does now.
I was going to say, where's he hang out in the castle? Is it by the boats?
By the docks, yeah. And if we'll talk about this in a little bit, but, let's talk about it now. You can also recruit his wife if you have another listening crystal. Her name is...
Monogamous Kraken.
Her name is Ruladia, but this game is fucked up. She's not a Star of Destiny, and so if you use your 2 listening crystals on both Krakens, then you cannot get the good ending in the game.
So this isn't like a Muku Muku situation where you can get like fucked up versions of his friends.
Right. So him, his wife, and his child will show up doing things in the docks occasionally.
Chris, what matters more to you? Getting all of the 108 Stars of Destiny or reuniting a Kraken and his wife?
He's been on this earth for 76 years. He's had a good life. I need my stars. So, sorry.
Fig, now what's the average age of a Kraken?
Initializing fake net. Kraken aren't real, dummy. The average age of visitors to kraken.com, which is a cryptocurrency trading website, is 25 to 34-year-olds, the prime age for men to scam each other.
We'll see if that was a good life or not, Chris.
Secret number 2, come on, give me a break. If I get too close, that thing will get me. Secret number 3. It looks like our ugly friend here has a wife, if you can call it that. Richmond's gross. Secret number 4. The other day, he messed around with Vicky while she was walking on the docks. She teleported him into the middle of the lake for his troubles.
Kraken are permanently lubed.
By the way, speaking of this, I missed this. He has a unite attack, 2 of them actually. One's called Heads Up, where Vicky accidentally teleports him on top of the enemy.
Great.
And the other one is called the Double Kraken attack, which is, of course, one he does with his Kraken wife.
Crack wife, please.
He's got a suggestion. It says help. Please take care of my son. Signed, Abisboa. Written by Gon the Fisherman. P.S. Please do it or I'll pay for it. Who's Gon the Fisherman?
I don't know. Fake net?
Initializing fake net. Gon is the Chikaku star in Suikoden.
He does not participate in the cook-off, so that's all I've got for Abisboa. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Abisbo. We'll never talk to you again.
Mm-hmm.
So then I head through Tiger Mouth Village because I got to walk back because there's someone at the Tiger Mouth Dragmouth Pass who we've gotten in Chris's reality, but not mine.
We've spoken with them.
We've spoken with them.
Yeah, so we're probably going to have 2 slightly different things here. So you do yours first.
So those birds chirp, and I take the east path I avoided, and I find Georg, a caped man, out here, staring into the distance off a cliff. He speaks to me for the first time.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, young man, what happened? Your face looks like something's bothering you."
Oh.
A choice. Who are you, or why would you do that? Do what? I ask why he would do that, and he responds, ha, 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 ha. If you're the fake nuts army leader, it makes sense that you'd have things to worry about, eh? Georg then turns away from me, staring at the south side of the cliff. It's thoughtful. He says, how is it, young man? Is fighting tough? Well, it wouldn't be fun, would it? What do you think about hiring me? It's funny to say it myself, but I'm strong. What do you say? We get some choices. Really? I can't pay any money, or no, that's okay. Tell him I'm broke. Georg responds, oh, of course, instead of that, I'd like you to make me a promise. Until this fighting ends, I'll wield this sword for you. As pay for that, you will not give up in this fight. I'll have you swear on it. Agreed, right? Georg joins the group.
Georg Prime joins.
And I'll have you swear on it, to me, it kind of ties into his don't give up kid speech from the alternate reality.
Yes, absolutely. And my scenario here was mostly the same. All his opening lines were different, so I'll give you those here. He says, when you first approach him, hey, young man, how are you doing? You seem to have developed a presence as leader of the Franz army.
As there's a kraken slithering along the dirt with you.
He's basically saying, it looks like you've gotten your shit together.
Yeah.
And then everything else proceeds the same as yours. So not as much divergence here. So
Corey asks if I need his strength right now, and I say, no, I never want to see you again. Tell him to wait at the castle. He responds by saying, in that case, he'll take it easy. He's level 59 and has something called a killer rune. What the fuck?
Yeah. He's one of the most powerful characters in the game. He's very strong.
Georg Prime indeed.
Yes. Georg. The correct pronunciation is Georg.
Yeah.
Georg.
Tell me all about Georg, Chris.
Georg Prime is the tinny star, the strange star. I love this character, by the way. He's terrific. We talked about this multiple times. There's multiple examples of this throughout the game when Murayama is like seeding things to use down the road.
Georg is a seed?
He is a seed, definitely. Like, he's definitely something that they planned on, that I think that they planned on using down the line, and they did use him. He's featured prominently in Suikoden 5. He's one of the main characters.
Curse all seeds.
Yes. His weapon is a sword. It's called the Kaze, the Tsuki, or the Kumo. Don't know what those mean.
Kumo's a good tire.
Yeah.
Is it K-U-M-H-O?
No, it's K-U-M-O. He has no unite attacks. In war battles, he is an infantry unit with 11 attack and 8 defense. His wounded quote is, at least I will die in battle. His death quote is, my journey ends here. Secret number 1, age 41. Position, infantry captain. Note, formerly one of the 6 generals of the Scarlet Moon Empire. So prior to the Succession War, he was one of the 6 generals. Secret number 2, he's got a hell of a history. In the Scarlet Moon Empire, he was one of the 6 generals. In the Grasslands, he was an Ebony Moon Knight. And in Falena, he was a Royal Knight. He just threw it all away. His existence as a Royal Knight in the Queendom of Falena is where he is featured in Suikoden 5.
That's a prequel, right?
Yes, like 2 years before the first game, so like 7 years before this or so.
So Georg's story ends here. This is the furthest in the timeline he'll go.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the third game. Secret number 3, you never know by looking at him, but that old man just loves sweets. I watched him put away 3 pieces of cheesecake in about 5 minutes.
I could beat that.
What's interesting, too, is that if you check his items, he's carrying cheesecake.
Good.
When you get him, so.
Perfect.
Nice little touch there. Secret number 4, he can't go back to Falena because he's wanted for the crime of murdering the queen. Suikoden 5 spoilers.
Wow.
What the hell could have happened back there?
I bet he didn't do it.
If
he did, I bet her soul was corrupted by something.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe like a true rune or something?
Yeah.
Probably.
He had a good reason.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up guy.
Suggestion box, how goes it? This box is an interesting idea. How's it going? Any good messages?
I've never seen suggestions to a leader before. I've always been subservient.
Cook-off introduction. You never know it, but this tough guy's got a sweet tooth. It's Georg Prime.
Strong mouth on Chris today, folks.
Thanks.
Let's have Chris talk a little bit more as we go to South Window to get one more guy.
Yeah, I want to tell you one more thing about him, sorry.
Oh, Georg, all right.
Yeah, I want to read this bit of trivia on the wiki. His Japanese nickname, which is translated to Death Blow in English, I think this is mostly in Suikoden 5, but I think it's interesting to talk about here.
My dude's blown death.
Means something like a second strike is not even needed. So, like, he's known as Death Blow Georg because he can kill somebody in one hit. He doesn't even need a second hit.
That's right. He has 100% batting average.
He's that goddamn good.
Georg don't miss.
In Suikoden 5, he is voiced by Jamison Price. Thanks. That's all I've got.
So, like I said, we're going to South Window.
Are we?
Where Nahala Yam-kun plays.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta locate a beadman, the man wearing beads in the center of town with the frightening forehead tattoo.
Yeah, I think we've spoken to this guy before. He'd usually you walk up to him and he would say, "I am Gentetsu, fuck you."
Yeah.
Like every time he just wouldn't, nothing.
Verbatim, he said exactly that.
Yes.
Just walking around intimidating people. I mean, if he was at South Window when the thing fell and he's just walking around like puffing his chest out, perhaps he could have fought for the cause, man. He says, I am Gentetsu, the great priest. Tell me your troubles. You're back again, boy. Tell me your troubles then. We get some choices.
Yeah.
Please join our group. I've got so many troubles.
I've got so many goddamn troubles, my friend.
Or a stuttering goodbye. But I asked him to join. Gentetsu thinks we shall have a contest. Quote, your strength against my strength. If you win, I'll join. Now fight. Fades to black. Comes back up and all my party members push out behind me as I put hands on Gentetsu to try and push him.
Yeah, we're having a pushing match.
It's like a tug of war with pushing.
Yeah.
The full weight of our party works together to push Gentetsu backwards. Make it to the edge of the grass central square before he gives up. This is a much better representation of army strength than deciding a flag is raised after reaching an arbitrary number of stars of destiny.
Yeah, just push. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually physically push this guy around.
Move my girth and I will join you.
He says, wow, amazing. I didn't think you could defeat Gentetsu. I will join you as promised. Gentetsu joins the group.
Don't you think it'll be a little bit more interesting if, like, we could have had shoving matches with him earlier in the game and always lose
and lost,
and like continually
like push, like bump combat, like ease over and over?
Yes.
Chris, you haven't talked in a while. Tell me all about Gentetsu.
Gentetsu is the Chiziku star, the Axis star. Uh-oh. In combat, he uses a staff, an iron staff, or an iron rock staff. He comes with the resurrection rune, and he can participate in the flash attack with Bolgan and Long Chan Chan. Bolgan's got a lot of united attacks in this game.
What else is he going to do with him, man? He just sits around learning shit all day.
Investigation secret number 1. Gentetsu, age 45. He's from Klon. Remember Klon, the temple?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's from. Secret number 2. Apparently he was doing his training in a place called Klon in the Tauran Republic, but he was excommunicated for his violent tendencies. All that pushing. Just wanted to push. Never pulling. Secret number 3.
Pusher robot.
I am the pusher robot. Secret number 3. Never met a priest like him before. Seems like more like a mobster pretending to be a priest to me.
Sure. People have that impression.
Suggestion box, none. Cook-off introduction. You'd never believe it, but this bad boy's favorite dish is ohitashi. It's Gantetsu.
Is it all for Gantetsu, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, today I was reading the wiki of violent chimp attacks on human beings. When people like try to get chimps as pets and they inevitably turn on them and like rip their faces off and lips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, when you're talking about Bolgan always being involved in these things, once Bolgan hits the age of 30, is he going to be unruly and will he also turn on his masters? Like, should Bolgan just be like a feral person left out in the woods to climb and dig?
I don't know. Bolgan's got a good heart, right?
For now, chimps love to have good hearts when they're young.
Oh.
They eat bananas, they eat ice cream, they can watch television. One of them even drove a car.
I don't know. Is this a nature versus nurture argument?
I'm just saying nature will win out in the end in a chimp, and I think it will in Bolgan as well.
Okay. I'm for it. Where to next, Eric?
Let's hurry up and go, boy. With me, you have the strength of 100 men. Ha ha ha. Now we're going to headquarters.
Yeah, let's go back to the castle.
Head into Great Hall as Tactics plays.
Sheena was waiting in the hallway there for me.
He's got something to say, but first, Shu says he's received an official offer of assistance from Mayor Gustavo Tinto. Well, Apple says something, but then she says the remains of the Muse army that Jess organized gives us 7,000 more men.
These forces plus Jess's forces give us 7,000 new mans.
That's it. Chris, what are men if not extra lives?
Yes, that's true. So you didn't meet Sheena in the hallway on the way here?
No, I ignore Sheena whenever possible.
Oh, okay. All he says is that it looks like Shu's come up with a plan. He's got that look on his face again. And then
Shu just doesn't blink for like 59 seconds.
Yeah, he's staring at a wall. We got a timeline divergence here a little bit. Okay. Because things have changed for me a little bit, you know? Ridley's fucking dead.
Yeah, Ridley's dead. And
Sheena steps out because Sheena met me in the hallway and
meet me outside.
Joined my convoy. And then he stepped out and said, "Who's this new dog man?" There's a new dog man just standing here. And probably Ridley was there in your case.
Clothed.
This new dogman, a very fancy looking dog with extremely well-groomed ears, says, "Lord Riou, I'm Boris. When I heard that my father, Ridley, fell alongside you on the battlefield, I came right away. My father's wish was to save Two River and the city-state. As his son, who he never mentioned, I planned to fulfill that last wish. Please, let me join the Franz army and fight alongside you." Boris joined the group, Eric.
Dude, no one's talked about Boris before. This is a plant from Highland. Do not let him into your group.
Well, too late. I have no choice. Boris Wiesen has joined the group. That's his name, Wiesen.
So we have to do another one?
Yeah.
You're going to talk again? Great.
Yeah. Boris is the Tengo Star, the Star of Conflagration, the same one as Ridley. He was the Star of Conflagration because he beat the shit out of Fitcher that one time, maybe.
Keep saying the word conflagration.
Conflagration.
Asian Mike and Flag.
I was missing an R in there, I think.
Come on, rally. Get up.
Boris is a leader of a unit. 9 attack, 8 defense, with an evade ability. He has no wounded or death quote. Secret number 1, age 21, from Two River. Secret number 2, he's a chip off his old paw. I don't think that's how that goes. Maybe. I don't know.
It's a pun. Paw. Dad. Acknowledge the fucking pun. It's a pun.
But it says pod is PA. No.
Yeah, a pun. Okay. A play on words.
All right. As far as his soldiering goes, he's every bit as good as Ridley. Secret number 3, he's really into his appearance. He brushes his fur for over an hour every morning.
Vanity, Chris. Sin.
Secret number 4, he's really hurting inside over his father's death. But he's such a pro that he won't let it show. He's one hell of a man. I mean, Kobold. Suggestion box. Vow. Although I'm no substitute for my father, I vow to aid you with all the strength in my worthless hands. Worthless hands! He called his hands worthless.
Pause.
Cook-off introduction. Boris wants to follow in his father's footsteps, but as far as taste goes, the two couldn't be further apart. It's Boris!
Can he die in war battles? Have you already said this?
He doesn't have a quote, so... probably not, because he needs to be there to speak when Ridley was supposed to speak.
It would be very funny if you killed Ridley and Boris and nobody else. Like, you just keep getting the dogmen killed.
And then, like, Boris's son shows up.
Yeah, like, there's just a succession of Boris.
Succession of dogmen. All right.
Boris, like, does he just say the Ridley shit for the... I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, it doesn't really ask you if you want to have some tea if you go visit him in his room. I think we covered that before.
Yeah.
And Boris says that, too.
Same thing, so whatever.
I think so.
New dog guy, different clothes.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't have Boris, but I have Shu, and he tells me the fake Nut army has reached the point where it can compete with Highland on equal terms. Shu explains that by saying up until now, we've only been reacting to the Highland army. Now we're going to make our own counterstrike. Sheena, for some reason, can't believe this shit. Shu says, yeah, according to Apple's intelligence, the Highland army is gathering in Muse. I'm like, again, what are they going back there for? Could they clear it out? Are they moving in now? Is this just part of how war works?
Yeah, I think so.
We don't know what their aim is, but there's a good chance, but this is as good a chance as any to take back Green Hill. Apple adds some important information to that. She says Green Hill is currently under the command of a new general in the Highland army, a man named
Uber.
Uber appeared from nowhere to play a part in several major wars on this continent, and he disappears just as mysteriously. In fact, there are some that say he is not a man at all.
He's an agent of chaos, it appears.
A chaosman.
Chaosman.
Sheena, for some reason, who's still talking,
still a shitbag,
then asks Riou, what'll you do? If we win here, I'll be able to get any girl I want, all mine for the picking. Hey, maybe you could make me vice general. Just the title would be fine. You know, so I could represent the Torn Republic. We get some choices. Yeah, let's go to Green Hill. Okay, but no vice general. Or let me think about this. Because I say okay, but tell Sheena to forget about that vice general bullshit.
Same.
Sheena takes a step back and says that that's not fair, that I'm going to be the one to go grab all the glory. She then tells me to get some rest before battle after hearing about all the shit I did in Tinto. Quote, remember, your health must always come first.
Thanks, Shu.
Once I get to my room, Sheena decides to fuck off. He's going to go take a walk, then hit up Eileen's place or Leona's place. Or maybe, quote, well, see ya, don't stay up too late. Because he said, Chris, he's going to go bang my sister.
Yes.
That's the implication here.
Mm-hmm.
Would Nanami have Sheena, Chris?
No.
I don't think so either.
No. Remember,
stab him.
I think Nanami's a little bit too naive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are new conversation options with crickets in the background.
Yeah. By the way, when you went to bed, was Tomo in your room now?
I didn't make note of it.
Tomo and Eileen are both in my room now.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know
Just
why.
people hanging out with you.
Right there in my homework table.
Company.
Yeah.
So we can visit multiple people now, Chris.
Yeah.
I'll, of course, handle this, but who did you visit first?
I visited Chaco in the hallway.
Chaco's in the mid-floor hallway. Dude says, hey, Riou. It's Riou, isn't it? And I'm like, what do you mean it's Riou, isn't it?
Yeah, don't you know my name, man? You stole my wallet.
Why would he
You've
not
got my
know
ID.
name? You're not usually out at night, right? What is it? Keeping watch? Too worried to sleep, maybe? Hey, Riou, you're incredible. At first, I was worried that a small fry like you couldn't protect us, but you've become a great leader, Riou. We know that fighting alongside you means protecting our city. I know it's not easy, Riou, but please, we're all counting on you. Fade to black. Fairly sincere. That's nice.
Thanks,
right?
Chaco. You've turned a corner, maybe.
You're no longer a greedy flying asshole. You're just kind of an asshole.
Chaco's been involved in the plot like quite a bit since we met him.
Him and Fisher are like just keep getting recycled back into these plots and schemes. And I'm like, come on, man. Can we have... I mean, I guess there's only so many essential characters in your party that are not optional. Who'd you see next, Chris?
The circus crew in the lobby.
Eileen says, hey, sis, when this war is over, I'm going to... Then Rena finishes her sentence. I know. You want to go back to our life of traveling like us, can't stay in one spot for long.
That's a slur.
It is. I should stop saying it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bleep it. Eileen turns to face the opposite direction and says, yeah, that's right. Chris, was that right? Is that what she was thinking about?
No, she was thinking about Riou. Mm-hmm.
Bolgan hops in to say, it's okay. Riou could become and travel with us too. We'll do the knife throwing act. We'll all be happy together. Eileen steams, presumably for revealing her special secret crush on Riou. She says, Bolgan, what are you saying? I have control. Rena asks what's wrong if I'm feeling lonely. Bolgan screams for me to be a... Eileen offers a solemn greeting. Chris, I think this is our last unique interaction with circus folk.
Is it?
I think so.
I'm glad that they were a staple throughout the game. Like, they were just kind of our crew that was hanging out. They really didn't have any vested interest in anything other than just like, you're my pal.
Too weird to live, too rare to die.
Yeah. Next, I went out there in that storage area, kind of where Barbara hangs out.
Yeah. And
saw Gengen and Gobacha whipping up the troops.
Yeah, they have 12 dog soldiers all in formation. It says, listen up, tomorrow is a big fight. Me want all of you to show humans what kobolds are made of. Everybody stay close to Gengen. If you get in trouble, Gengen will protect you. Gengen is a great soldier. Great soldiers take care of themselves. Everyone wake up early tomorrow. Gobacha, yeah, boy's his boy, and all the soldiers break formation and run around crazy. I love it when dogs go nuts and just...
Yeah, there's a lot of good staging and hopping and emoting in this entire section. It's really nice.
Okay, Gengen sleep soon. Gengen protect everybody. Go to sleep soon. Protect everybody tomorrow. Fade to black.
Yeah.
So ends the Gengen event. Chris, did you see anyone else?
Yeah, I went further down here and I met Sai and Tomo, having perhaps my favorite conversation in the video game.
Tomo asks her father when he's going back to mother. My dude replies, now is not the time. We'll talk about it when the war is over. To that, Tomo says, but why? It's war, Daddy, no matter how strong you are. Sai replies by telling his child, that's true. I might lose my life. One never knows. Tomo again asks why, and Sai responds, listen, honey, all I ever did was make your mother sad. Don't pretend it's not true. Listen, Tomo, if I'm killed in battle, tell your mother that you couldn't find me.
If I die, please lie to your mom.
Fuck. Also, like, it is kind of hauntingly, probably accurate, but a step further than I expected this game to go with. Tell your, like, all I ever did was make your mother sad. Don't pretend it's not true. That is some staggering self-awareness.
Yes, it is. And I wonder how hard that was supposed to be. Like, how hard that was supposed to land. Or is that just like an extremely literal translation that hits harder in English? I don't know. Bitter
honesty. Tomo says, Daddy, that's not fair. Tomo runs away. With control back, I talk to Sai. Tells me to get some rest. And after he's done with the spear, he's going to get some rest too. I assume he just shoves all the rest of his feelings down his throat?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Next, I stopped by the bar for a moment.
For Leona.
Yes. Flik's in here drinking with Humphrey, but I do not have the Flik and Nina conversation because I missed the first one.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
He's not doing anything. He's just in here drinking.
We'll finish on that one. Leona tells me that she's closed, but then she says, ho, wait a minute. I'll make you something good. No booze, though. Fade to black. And comes back. Says, well, now how did you like Leona's famous hot lemon tea? Now you'll sleep like a baby. We get a choice. I'm so worried. Or thanks a lot. Said, I'm worried. Leona says, it's hard to live up to everybody's expectations, but it's a good thing to be trusted by so many people, Riou. Anita has no new dialogue. That's it. In my game, Humphrey was drinking with Victor.
Ah, cool. I think also in here, Amada was drinking by himself, and the Lamp Dragon Bandits were drinking as well.
Probably some Leona specials.
Yes.
Victor asked me if I want to drink something stronger than lemonade. Loan tells me a kid shouldn't be hanging around here, and Gijimu is plastered.
Yeah, his animation for drinking is going hard.
Yeah. I mean, look at his life. He's a mountain man. He's a mountain thief.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
Next, Chris.
I went up to Alex and Hilda's inn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's here?
Yoshino. We hear her off in the distance.
She's talking to Freed Y.
Yeah.
In their room. She says, my lord, is there going to be a big battle tomorrow? The camera then pans up and she's in a room talking to Freed. He replies, yes, I'm afraid so, but we've been victorious up to this point and we can win tomorrow too. We've got Lord Riou on our side. Yoshino enhances my confidence. She says, you're right. When I first saw him, he looked like a little boy.
Yeah.
But look at the great leader he's become. Freed Y takes a step forward and says, yes, like a sicko. Yoshino then takes a step forward and says, my lord, I hope we have a strong, healthy son who is just like you.
Ooh. Freed starts hopping and sweating like it's the first time he's ever heard of baby making.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Whoa.
He filled his wife with goof juice, Chris. I run in there and talk to him. I startle Freed Y. He asks if I was keeping watch. Eavesdropping may have been a better word there, but it's like being diplomatic about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshino tells Riou that they were just talking about him. So Yoshino pregnancy confirmed? Suggested confirmed?
Maybe.
Open possibility?
Possible.
Is Suikoden 2 the first video game to feature a pregnant person doing combat?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Like, how do you even look that up? FakeNet, give it your best fucking shot.
Initializing FakeNet. Lulu made a baby from Wakka's cum in Final Fantasy X-2. Eve was pregnant with a monster in Parasite Eve. Listen to our 11-episode Parasite Eve miniseries on patreon.com/retroam.
So you read that as Yoshino being pregnant. I read it as Free being like, what is sex?
Oh, it's like an opportunity. Like, I finally see you.
Yeah.
Riou gets me horny.
Yeah.
Great. The possibility of creating a Riou with you, a strong son, a healthy son.
Yeah. But I think your read is more accurate. But I just, I took the comedic angle.
Freed Y apparently fucks.
Yeah.
Sierra's hanging out with Kiba and Claws.
Oh, I didn't get that.
I got that.
Where's Sierra at?
Sierra's hanging out with Kiba and Claws.
But where?
Oh, in Kiba and Claws' room.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
Yeah, she seems to like Claws. And, like, doesn't she like his dad, too? What is Suikoden 2 saying here?
Oh, I don't know.
Give me a father-son three-way.
Oh, no. Stop it.
Finally, in my unique continuity, I head to the roof to see Flik and Nina again.
Yeah.
Theme of a moonlit night plays.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have one of those.
Looks like Nina found Flik up here. The moon once again is full and looms in the background. I knew it. You came again. Flik looks at Nina briefly, then continues staring out over the tower wall. I guess so. Nina asked the question that vexes all men in fiction. What were you thinking about? Flik refuses to engage. I told you before, it's none of your goddamn business. Goddamn added for emphasis.
Yes.
Nina says, I was thinking about Odessa.
Oh.
She was an old love of mine.
It's the first time you said her name?
No, that is correct. Nina says, I was thinking about Odessa. She was an old love of mine. I'm like, she was, what? Like, who was supposed to say that dialogue?
Oh, it's another Thundercracker. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Flik exclamation points, steams, hops, and completely turns his back to Nina. Humph, Mr. Talkative, huh? What is my next note? Because I think their dialogue is switched here.
Yeah.
Nina no-sells
so fucking bad.
Fucking two Thundercrackers. That is an excellent way to, like, contextualize that as like that type of errors. Like the animation studio didn't get the right notes.
Yeah, it happened in Ninja Turtles too sometimes. Yeah.
Because I know about this, after I watch an episode of Transformers, I look at the wiki page for it.
Yeah.
And there is an entire section dedicated to continuity errors and animation errors, and it's usually longer than the synopsis.
Yeah.
Nina no-sells that and wonders, you still can't forget her? Flik says, it's not that, but Nina presses for more. Flik turns back toward Nina, then dots her. Finally, he says, Odessa wasn't just my lover. To me, she was the only person I ever really looked up to. She taught me a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of looking at life. She's the reason I became the man I am today, so it's not that I can't forget her. It's that I don't want to forget her. Hold on to the memories, Chris.
Yeah.
Nina challenges that shit. She says, even though you'll never see her again, never meet her and hold her hand again. Quick question here. Was Flik amongst the party members that threw Odessa into the river?
He was absent because remember he didn't show back up until much later.
That's right.
So yeah,
because they all left her to die.
Yeah. No, she was with us. Yeah, you're right.
To die with us.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Because we were looking for them. Flik finally turns to face Nina and says, "Learn some manners. It's none of your business." Nina says, "Fuck that. Why? I say it's my business." Flik says, "Fuck that. None of your business, brat." That makes Nina fume. She says, "You've got some nerve. Brat, you say, I spent all this time thinking about your happiness. What good will it do to you? Thinking about this dead person all the time? You'll make yourself sick with grief."
Good God.
Flik then screams, "Shut up!" so loud that it blows Nina backwards. She's shocked, but she apologizes. Flik looks back over the tower wall and dots her. Like, this is way more than this shit deserves as far as like Nina's like girl crush thing. Like, they're escalating it beyond the means that I expected.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're getting to this point. Like, because I think Flik needed to confront these things.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately not the right word, but like the fact that
schoolgirl's doing it.
The fact that the schoolgirl is bringing this out of him, maybe it is kind of clever.
It's comical.
It is kind of clever.
There's more like a sexual element to it.
Yeah. If this was more of like a situation where Nina really looked up to Flik and thought of him of like
a hero of the ages.
More like oh yeah, I want senpai to notice me kind of thing, and less about like I want Flik to kiss me, that kind of thing. Like, I think this would land a little bit better, but I still think this is really...
She's looking for like a loving relationship, not necessarily a peer-to-peer type thing.
Yeah. Like, I think my teacher's hot kind of thing.
Yeah, sure, right. I mean, who doesn't?
I don't.
Flik cools down. "I'm sorry I yelled, but I was thinking about how stupid I was not to appreciate what I had. I was just a young fool." Ding noise. Nina takes 2 steps toward Flik, then says, "Please forgive me." Flik dots her, then walks right past Nina and looks over the east tower wall. Nina replies, Flik no-sells that. He says, "What?" Nina tries again. "Is it okay if I wait with you? I'll just wait, okay?" Flik then gets deep into the harsh truth of reality. He says, "Do what you want. Time, it changes people's hearts. It'll change your heart too. You'll understand someday." Nina hops and learns nothing. She says, "You're wrong. My feelings about you will never change." Flik, the smug son of a bitch, replies, "Really? We'll see." Flik then leaves Nina alone at the top of the tower. She turns to face the camera and says, "Time changes people's hearts, huh?" Fade to black.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Do you think they were thinking about future iterations of... Not iterations. Do you think they were thinking about future Suikodens when they wrote this scene?
I don't know. That seems pretty definitive to like cap off an arc for me that started like the Odessa arc of Suikoden 1. Nina just happened to be the only vector to extinguish that and give Flik closure there, because he really had no closure in the previous game. And this being optional, I think, is interesting that you can opt into it. Like, to me, this is just as pivotal as the Cloud and Zack flashback scene from Nibelheim. Like, this really adds dimension and finality to Flik's character with one of the most understated heroes of Suikoden 1.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Like, I'm glad those scenes exist. I wish you had, because the tower is pretty hard to get to if you don't know where you're going in this castle. Like, you can't just stumble up there. You have to go up there on purpose.
Right.
Finally, I moved to go get back in bed. I get back in bed, Chris, but you're getting back in the real net.
I'm getting back in the real net where a shadowy figure awaits me.
Initializing real net.
Hello, real net. Shy Guy 32 says, "Shout out to the time I had to drive with an overheated seat because the rental car wouldn't let me turn that off unless it was parked, since it was only controllable via the touchscreen."
Rental car shit breaking is like a anxiety trigger for me. Like, I had a flat tire on a rental car that I was leaving. Never mind, it's not worth it.
Shy Guy 32 says, "Pissman, the failed sequel to Pikmin."
There should be more piss in Pikmin. I think they could get away with it.
Squeak says, "Never pictured Victor as a wine guy." These are all like sake bottles, though, so I think they're just translating it that way, you know?
I do think Victor's teeth are stained.
That's indisputable. John Doe says, "Victor strikes me as a dude who just likes to drink with other people." Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's whatever he can get his hands on.
Hey, you want to drink some Ale 8, kid? John Doe says, "This game has so many one-sided crushes." Suikoden 2, the 108 Sims of Destiny.
We've got some orange ale 8 at home.
Oh, that's good. I like that. John Doe says that maybe this is with Gamiju. It says maybe this is another instance of sworn brother being translated as brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Like oath brother kind of thing. Eric Von Nine says, "Fuck adventure. I want to look at my minerals."
You ever wish you were a rock guy, like really like finding geodes and shit out there?
I thought that stuff was cool when I was a kid.
Yeah.
When you could get a thing from a thing.
Let's go get some calcite out of these rocks.
RDPC says Richmond is kind of a dick. Yeah.
Dickmond.
Shy Guy 32 says, "This episode is killing Chris. I live, bitch."
Died doing what he loved. Talking to me in his basement.
Shy32 says, isn't Kumo Japanese for cloud? Squeak says yes, or spider. I love Japanese. It's great.
Great language.
Dill 6 Row says, this party has more old guys than the Seven Samurai. Yeah, we did recruit a lot of old guys today.
Didn't they remake Seven Samurai recently?
There's been like a Seven Samurai, but with a twist thing made like 1,000 times.
Cowboys instead or something?
Oh, yeah, the Magnificent Seven.
That's it. That's what I was thinking. That wasn't Seven Samurai. Okay.
I think that they've remade it as a Western like 10 times too. In anime, everything.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the original?
Yeah.
I remember renting it back in the day, and it was like 2 VHS tapes.
Yeah.
It
was on DVD the time I saw it, but congrats on getting into Kurosawa on VHS, man.
I'm sure anime led me there.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. We'll see you in the next episode. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on March 26, 2023. Find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. Email the podcast at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon.com/RetroAM. Get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, and much more. Like access to RealNet. And personally thank Mark by going to Patreon.com/RetroAM and thank Mark. Thank you, Mark, for the music.
You're welcome, Chris.
He'll be there.
He'll be there,
trying to get Lulu pregnant.
I think. Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will kill God.
And now you may go back to sleep. Am I the only one without audio? Yes, you are. Yes, you're not. I've got to fix this. Kal-El says, I will only buy a car if it has a physical volume knob.
Yeah, that's getting hard.
I heard somebody on something say that Mazda is very dedicated to
buttons,
keeping buttons, and it made me want to go back to Mazda.
I read the same thing.
Yeah. Like next time I want to get a Mazda. Like
the Teslification, like cars, you know how like Kinect kind of fucked the touch, or Minority Report fucked like interfaces for 20 years? The Tesla effect of a tablet in the center of the fucking car is ruining shit. Yeah, my car still has manual buttons for almost everything, but in its 2019-ish maybe, and there's a lot of actual buttons, but I looked at the interior of a modern Mazda and I was like, oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
Back on Mazda. Ford not on that anymore either. Wasn't that given back to the...
What?
Does Ford still own Mazda? Didn't they give that
like
back?
Like a stake in it, I think, maybe? I don't know.
Let's just both get Miatas, man.
Let's do it. Because we've got to finish this other podcast first, right?
Just give up on Suikoden 2 now. Yeah,
we're starting now. Sorry, Cosmos, Kevin, Vandercom,
Victor.
Can I go home now?
You are home.
Yeah, thanks. You know, it's great that we recorded this episode 1 week after I was sick, right? Mm-hmm. It's perfect. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Plenty of time to heal.
But now he asks us to tell us his troubles. Or no, I'm sorry, tell us. No, you do it. I need a break. The couple times I've ranted since I've been sick, as soon as I'm done, like I just start coughing and hacking shit and just like blowing snot rockets in the ground. People are looking at me like, "What the hell's wrong?"
You think it's cold air? Or just rake your lungs until the shit's just flayed out of there.
Yeah, like that on Saturday, that windy day, that really got me.
Not if my magic can help it.
Foolish human, magic can never defeat science.
Kill us.
Tomo asks her father. Tomo's female.
Yeah.
Okay. Apple chimes in to say those Tinto forces, but the remain. Apple chimes in. What the shit?
Playtime's over!